I wanted to come to you with a training about CTA, which does stand for Call to Actions, and some words that your good friend Meta does not like. Okay, so Meta being both Facebook and Instagram. There are certain words in your posts that Facebook will shun you for. And what I mean by that is they have something that's called clickbait. And what clickbait basically means is when you're kind of like manipulating someone to do something on your post without giving value. So if you do say things that are like drop us something below, that's okay because it's got to be a value added post, right? So there are certain words, basically like the algorithm is, people think that Facebook and Instagram's algorithm is like a little person sitting there. It's not, it's a robot. So it has robots as well that scan through posts, and if you use certain words, it will basically not show your post to as many people. And if you keep doing it, then Meta pops you down the old barrel. So I was just, hang on, let me just move this over because I actually typed them all out, the words that are current from this year, 2025. Things will change, but this is an up-to-date list for you. So when you do your post, we have something that's called a hook, and you do this on Reels as well. And basically the importance of having a really good hook is something that's going to hook the person in, because you have about 3 seconds for them to stop and scan the post, okay? So if you're constantly doing posts and people are just scanning and scanning and scanning and not stopping, that's telling Meta that you're not providing valuable content. And it could be the fact that your content is really, really valuable, but you don't have the right hook up the top. Now, we're very fortunate that we have a lovely friend called Chat GPT. So whatever your niche is, maybe you are doing, I love using the example of cakes. Maybe you're making a new cake and you want to teach mothers how to do it without sugar and what else you can use. That's an example for you. You would type into Chat GPT, I need a really strong hook for a reel that I'm doing. It's me making a cake without sugar. What is something that's going to stop the scroll for mums and as a really strong hook? And it's going to come back with, did you know that this will help your child not become addicted to sugar? That was just an example, right? Something that's going to make mothers go, oh, what? Yes, because something that's not going to make your kid have a sugar high. Don't use the word addicted. That was probably a really bad example. That's not going to make your kid have a sugar high, right? Something like that mums go, yes, I need that. What is that? And they're going to stop when they see it. That's a strong hook, okay? So you need to have a hook, and you also do need to have the body, and then you have a call to action, okay? Same thing for Reels. And the call to action at the bottom, a lot of you forget this part. You need to tell them to do something. Okay, because what is our 2 things that we want is we want people to stop the scroll and read, and we want people to comment, or we want them to engage, we want them to interact, we want them to share, we want them to save your post, okay? So if you kind of say, has this happened to you before? Do you cook without sugar? Something like that, the majority of the people will respond because you put a question there. So it's actually 70% more likely that someone will respond if there's a question in either a post or as you personal message them, okay? If there's a question at the end, they're going to reply, more than likely reply back, more so in messages than posts. But if you have a really long body on a post, a lot of people won't get to the call to action. So try and, you'll find your perfect medium in there. So I just wanted to run through some words that in your post flag, bing, 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 to Meta, and they do not like it. So where did I put them? Here. Okay. The word free, F-R-E-E, doesn't like it, okay? So this is what's going to these are the words that's going to trigger the algorithm to be like, oh, she's doing something. As much as now Meta has kind of gone, you know what, especially Facebook, guys, we know you use it as business. Not really many people have a personal profile for personal use. Mrs. Zuckerberg's kind of basically gone, okay, use it for that, but I still want you to be social on social media and not predominantly sell, because you come across scammy. You come across spammy, and then also there's so many people that aren't genuine, that might be fake profiles in there, that spam, okay? So these are the flagged words, and then I'm going to give you an example. For those of you in my 2 Hats VIP group, I'm going to post all of this for you as well, so you'll be able to see it in text. So free, use on the house, gift, no cost. something like that. A lot of people do FR.EE, FR3 to try and kind of fix, you know, make it look like it, you know, like you would do a car rego plate to make it look like something. A lot of people do that. Another one it hates, giveaway. Try comment to enter or something up for grabs, or I will give you this, want this. Okay, that's two that I use. Something else, buy now. Swap it for grab yours, check this out, see what's inside. I know a lot of you see me do this because I do it a lot. I say snag it here, right? Link in bio. It doesn't really like link in bio. It's overused and it's too direct. It's proving that you're being spammy Sally. So what they used to do is when you used to do a reel or something, people used to put blink in Lio, blink in Lio, like the L and the B are backwards, and then the algorithm picked up on that as well. So use I'll message you or I'll slide into your DMs. I don't like I'll slide into your DMs if I'm being honest. I think that sounds creepy. The last two, it doesn't like comment for details. So I will always do like arrowy faces, that's not a face, that's a finger. Fingers pointing down, drop it here is what I tend to do, drop it here. So it's, Meta says instead of comment for details, try drop an emoji and I'll reach out, or raise your hand if you want in. And the last one it doesn't like is make money fast or earn income from home. Total red flag words from Meta, okay? And if you are in multi-level marketing, that like I know a lot of you are in here, that generally goes against a lot of compliances with a lot of companies anyway, okay? So it's not the fact that you can't use the word money, it's just certain words in certain sentences. So some clickbait that Meta hates. So clickbait is basically, I did explain it a second ago, when you are asking someone to do something but not adding value. So all of those ones that I just went through, if you're doing a post, you've got to be adding value, right? But here is some ones that Meta hates, and I'm not even kidding you, they've used the word hates. It will also trigger Meta systems for low quality content. This one trick will change your life forever. I think that's scammy. You'll never believe what happened next. Only one spot left, act now. Over the top capitalization like act fast in capital letters, don't miss out. Emojis used aggressively. I think this was the funny one. Emojis used aggressively, like a ton of fires and stuff like that, like heaps of fire emojis or stop signals and stuff like that. What else did I write down here to tell you guys? Hang on, there's another one. Here. Engagement-based phrases. So this is when you're getting people to engage on your content. So like I said before, these are ones that when you explicitly ask for likes, shares, or tags without context. Okay, so don't just go, this is about me and this is what I do and please comment below for me, right? Without actually having context to what they're doing. That's kind of what they're saying there they don't like. So especially share this with 3 friends. Like this post if you agree, right? No, people will like a post if they agree. What you want them to do is you want them to ask a question at the bottom that's going to make them want to comment. So I hope all of that kind of made sense for you guys. You can search all of that up, but that's generally what has happened this year with Meta. They're being a ton more lax for us with businesses, but I just want you to be really, really careful. So if you want to take one thing away from this, those trigger words, be very careful using them, and then also please make sure you've got your hook for 3 seconds, your body not too long, with a strong call to action, asking someone a question at the bottom to make them comment. And then you'll start to see that your content will rise. And then like I shared last week, I think it was, about how you can get that badge where Meta will say your content's doing really well. We're going to show your content more for the next 7 days, okay, which is what I get. And I always follow these type of rules. If anyone has any question, or if you guys just want me to have a look at some posts for you, I'm happy to give a little bit of feedback. Just shoot them through to me on Messenger. All right, guys, see you later.